Hi everyone, I'm Zena, founder and master tea blender at clubmagichour.com. We have recently changed our packaging and I wanted to create a little video to tell you why. So our jars are made in the Netherlands and they are very, very, very expensive. The cost on the jar has gone up 40% this year and we did not increase our prices on them. But because the labor and the cost to ship and everything is so expensive, we have to do more to protect the jar. So we were receiving complaints about the lid seal. And what was happening is some people weren't cutting it and they were twisting it. Then it was causing this label to get funky. People were trying to remove the label. It was getting sticky. It was just basically overall not the best customer experience we wanted. We decided, how are we going to protect this jar and help your customer journey be better? And so we came up with a way to protect the jar, to also be able to seal the box instead of the jar. We have a full-time FDA regulatory consultant. We're an FDA certified facility. We are absolutely super focused on your safety and your food safety. We literally have an entire software system that just tracks lot code numbers in case there's ever an issue. We are meticulous in food safety. We are dedicated to it entirely. So what we wanted to make sure is that you understood that the jar was the barrier packaging at one point. When the seal was here, this was the only barrier, okay? People were complaining that they had to cut the seal and they were trying to get the label off and they didn't like the way it looked. I agreed with them because it's kind of a pain. We make these so strong that they can't be broken. Well, guess what? The solution was to put the jar in a box. Instead of sealing the jar with a cemented label that's super gnarly and hard to get off, we then use an FDA certified seal on the box. So then we can put the lot code, we can put all the information on the bottom, we can protect the jar from getting banged up, the labels from getting scratched in shipping, we can protect everything, and then we put your precious jar, because they are so expensive. We import containers of them and they are really, really, really precious. Then we're able to seal them this way with an FDA approved seal. This becomes the outer barrier. Then when you get your jar, all you do is you cut your seal, which is the safety seal now. You open your jar and the safety seal is still here. We tore it open, and then you have a lid that is not stuck to the thing, which causes also the lids to get more stuck often. So basically then you have your lid and there's no sticker on it, there's no sticky, and you're not tearing apart this label. So every single one of these is done by hand. There's a round label, they're filled, everything is in our FDA compliant facility. We roll the labels on. And so now you can lift and drop your lid very carefully. You'll still get the ribbon in it. So we always put a ribbon in there. And what'll happen is this will be protected by this box, not by this little label, okay? This is much more secure than this little tiny label is anyway. And this makes it hard to open and it can make it sticky if you try to get it off. And this is actually the seal now. So that's the explanation as to why this is now the outer safety packaging and your jar is now your display jar that you can put on your shelf. And why we're not sealing the jar is because this is now the seal. This is FDA compliant, and I promise we chose this to make your life better and easier and to make your jar more beautiful longer, because we know you guys are paying for the jar, we're paying for the jar. This is all hand sanded to be airtight, scientifically airtight. This is scientific glass. Also, they get less dusty getting to you, right? So they're inside the jar now. They're packaged this way at the factory. The minute they're filled, they're sealed, packaged, and shipped. So they are sealed the minute they come off the production line, they are sealed. So you're safe. We got your back. Now go have a great cup of tea and relax.